Hey, Masters of Speed. It is Reportermaster back today. I've got an exclusive story for you. I'm sorry, for legal reasons, I have been asked to refer to this as a conspiracy theory. Okay, Terra Master, you clown. Anyway, I've got a lot of valid points to make. So, as you can see, this video is about a conspiracy theory of Rush Duel potentially coming to the West, to the TCG of Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's why we're looking at this beautiful Dark Magician. This will tie into my final point. So let's start with a little history lesson dating all the way back to 2020. In 2020, there was a trademark filed by Konami for Rush Duel. There was a lot of speculation at this time that this meant Rush Duel was coming to the United States or to Europe or to the TCG, basically. And that ended up not happening. Now, here's kind of why. Here's what else was going on at the time with Konami's side formats in the TCG, specifically Speed Duel. So at the end of 2019, Matt Bell, the original designer of the Speed Duel format, left Konami. He was no longer working there. So with that happening, and Battle City Box had come out early in 2020, but as you can see, this is pretty late into 2020. September 2020 was when this trademark was registered. So by this time, speculation was running rampant. There had been no Speed Duel announcement. Nothing was going on. So people legitimately thought that, okay, Rush Duel is coming and is going to replace Speed Duel as the side format in the TCG, just like it is in the OCG. But what happened, I believe two things happened here. There's two factors that went into this. One, Konami has historically always had an anime to promote their card game, right? Or vice versa. Card game to promote their anime? Nah, it's anime to promote card game. So, starting from Duel Monsters, right? A lot of us older players, I say that, my breath held, got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because we watched the anime first. And that's always been a big part of the reason why new players, especially kids, will join playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's one factor, is there was not a dubbed version of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s yet. The anime where they play Rush Duel. It was only in Japan at the time. So you didn't have the anime to promote it. You're kind of going off what your successful marketing strategy has been for almost 2 decades. Doesn't seem like something you'd want to do. So, what else was the second issue? The second issue was Speed Duel, and by which I mean the Battle City box sold like it was the hottest commodity in the history of card games. Like, this thing flew off the shelves. All right, people loved the Battle City box. Even people who had never played Speed Duel before loved Battle City box and were buying it. Sometimes more than one copy. Whether it was for the secret rares, whether it was to try Speed Duel. Regardless, Konami was seeing those cash money dollar signs in their eyes when they looked in the mirror. That sentence was all over the place. Sorry about that. But point is that Battle City box sold really well. So Konami probably, now this is again speculation for legal purposes, I have to say that Konami was excited to see this and thought, hey, let's give this Speed Duel thing another chance. So a team was assigned, put together, and thus Speed Duel GX came about. And that's kind of what we've had as our side format in the TCG since 2021-ish, when GX box came out, or I guess late 2020, so like November 2020 is when I think GX box was announced, and we had our first erratas for Speed Duel skills. So that was the decision made at that time. So you may be saying, well, what's changed since then? Why would they divert from the decision they made 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago? Here's what's changed since November 2020. All right. Speed Duel has not sold anywhere nearly as well as Battle City Box did. The GX products just have not lived up to that level of the Battle City Box. They just haven't. Now, there's obviously a variety of factors that go into this. That is a topic for a whole nother video. I'm sure Terramaster and Justice and Drake and Cursive and all those other clowns have already talked your ear off about that. So I am not going to get into that. The second factor is that now from the OCG from Japan, you have years of data, just like you did with the original, like the actual advanced format when that started in 2002. Remember, OCG had started advanced format before, years before that, right? You have years of data, just like you did back then, to figure out what to print, what order to print things in, how to correctly power creep, and what's the correct amount of power creep in Rush Duel, so like they can obviously do OCG cards that don't ever get imported, or do TCG exclusives if they feel like the TCG team feels like they can add something new to the first couple of Rush Duel products, for example, right? That was missing when they were released in the OCG. So that data always helps TCG to come up with the best product possible, at least for in their perspective. There's an anime sequel in Japan. It's called Yugioh Go Rush. Now, this premiered in 2022 in April, right? So it's almost been going for a year now. But that's not the big thing here as far as anime goes. The big thing in anime is that, if you can see here, an edited English dub version began production in 2021 and actually premiered on Disney XD and Hulu in summer of 2022 in the United States. So there is a Sevens anime now to help market Rush Duel. It didn't exist before. So all those kids right now that are on Disney XD watching this, they might want to play that. And Konami might see that as, once again, dollar signs in their eyes and the mirror reflection thing, whatever that thing was I said earlier. The final point about data that's come across in the last 2 years, and this happened before the anime even, so I'm kind of out of order here, but the video game, the Rush Duel video game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Dawn, the Battle Royale, came out in November 21, and according to this source, it is a best-selling title. So I don't know, someone tell me in the comments if this video game just didn't do well at all, but reading this, Konami themselves at least wants to tell you that at the very least it sold well in Japan, I think is what they're saying. Yeah, because this is like advertising that it comes to Americas, right? So, I mean, the assumption is it didn't do like horrible in America, but again, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, or let Terramaster know in the comments. But yeah, there's a chance that it sold pretty well. So they have data from that, and I'm sure there's ways to like look at the Rush Duel online play, and for Konami to look at it and go, okay, what did people enjoy playing? What did they play the most? What was popularly played online? Like what cards, right? What types of decks? And that can also help them design a product. So data actually helps. All right. So those are the differences between 2 years ago and now as to why Rush Duels wasn't happening in 2020 and could happen in 2023. That sounds like 3 years, but it's like 2.5. Okay. So, with that being said, we got to think about, all right, what if it happens, right? Let's say it happens. Cool. Rush Duel is here. What are the benefits of Rush Duel over Speed Duel? Like, what makes me, as an unbiased reporter master, think that it would A, sell better, because that's Konami's #1 priority as a company, money. It sells better, and B, more people will actually want to play it, right? Which the two kind of go hand in hand, but sometimes there's somewhat of a discrepancy between them, more than you might think. Okay, So, let's go back. I told you we would come back to around to this, and this is this beautiful, beautiful card art. So this is Dark Magician, right? Maybe the most or second most, depending on if you're into Blue Eyes more, iconic monster in all of Yu-Gi-Oh history. But look at this beautiful art of Dark Magician. It's a new card and nostalgia bait at the exact same time. That is amazing, right? That's something you could never get with Speed Duel. That is something that you could never get from a reprint set or any other side format currently in existence, right? That is having a new paper copy of a Dark Magician that's shiny and different and has cooler, more modern looking art and is also playable in a brand new game. That's awesome. There's no turning down the appeal of that, right? Frequent support, frequent product. The OCG is in charge. They are releasing frequent support for Rush Duel, and from all accounts, they have no intention of stopping in the near future. So it becomes very easy for the TCG to do the same thing and have frequent product releases. Also, one general point about the OCG designing a card game, a Yu-Gi-Oh card game specifically, is, well, they tend to be good at it. For example, if you look at Duel Links and Master Duel, two non-advanced format things that the OCG was in charge of, Duel Links, and this might just be my opinion, but hey, Duel Links was a lot of fun. Master Duel was also a lot of fun for the short time that I played it. So there are benefits in terms of like having the OCG being the original like mastermind behind the product. And the fact that Rush Duel is already a supported side format in Japan means if it comes to TCG, if both OCG and TCG have Rush Duel, there is a chance, maybe not immediately because obviously TCG would start off quite a bit behind as far as like product releases and cards in existence. But someday, if they can manage to figure out that kind of how to balance that, then Rush Duel could be an event at Worlds. And you know what that means if it ever becomes an event at Worlds? That means amazing prizing throughout, like YCSs, regionals, all kinds of stuff. And that means more people will play it. Almost guaranteed if it's a thing at Worlds. So, a side format that's worldwide, Rush Duels is much more likely to be that side format than anything else. Again, before I end this video, I do want to just say that this is just a conspiracy theory for legal reasons. I've been asked to say that. I'll go real here. Okay. Look, it's back to me. It's Terramaster. Hi. This is just a conspiracy theory. This is mostly a fun little speculation video as we wait for Duelist of Shadow spoilers. However, this is also not impossible. Okay, you know, the best case, worst case scenario prediction videos are always kind of like, this would be really bad, but it could happen, or this would be amazing, but it's not likely to happen, but some of it could. So same concept here. Like, whether you think this could be a worst case or you think this is the best case, this could happen. This is a possibility. It was a possibility in 2020, and it is definitely a possibility now. Do not discount it from happening. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you to Reportermaster for that amazing investigative journalism. And yeah, until the next video, Terramaster and Reportermaster, we're out.